Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin and, well, the crypto market in general, and when will it be free from manipulation? At what size? Unfortunately, the answer is it will never be free from manipulation. But the manipulative power of the whales will get less and less, especially once we get more regulations and there's more oversight. You might not like oversight, and you might think the government is encroaching, but without oversight, we will always have these giant spikes and sell-offs because the whales will be free to manipulate however they want. You could say, well, when Bitcoin gets to a bigger size, it won't be as effective. But remember, the proportion that the whales have will always be the same, because if you have, like, let's say like some whale has a million Bitcoin, he has 5% of the supply. Even when Bitcoin is several trillion in market cap, he will still have a million Bitcoin, which is still 5% of the supply. He'll just have a lot more money. With and there's tactics like, slamming the door where you short and then sell off a lot immediately. And basically, that ensures you some profits. Now, that's illegal, but without regulatory oversight, that's incredibly hard to catch, and everyone else just gets screwed. Like all the liquidations at BitMEX and stuff, that is due to basically no oversight in their jurisdiction. So, without regulatory oversight, without a government authorities intervening, you will never be able to get rid of stuff like that. And basically, no one but the whales will really benefit unless you can read the whales' minds, which most people cannot do. So that's one thing. The other thing you have to look at is even Wall Street, even the stock market is manipulated fairly heavily. It's not to the extent of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency because, once again, they have regulatory oversight. They have things like the SEC, the CFTC, FinCEN, strongly watching them. And generally in the stock market, there's regulatory procedures all over the world, and they're strongly under the watchful eye. Now, in the realm of penny stocks, it's definitely more unregulated, and there's a lot of spikes. And also, if you really look at when things will actually decouple from Bitcoin as the index, I mean, it doesn't have to be Bitcoin. It's basically whichever coin is the largest. If you really look at the stock market right now, like on CNBC or something, you will notice that most stocks generally follow whether the market's up or down. Like today, the markets are down. And in general, when the markets are down, most of the stocks are going to be down. Obviously, there are market movers, there are movers and shakers, but if you look at the most active, you can see that four out of the five are down. There's obviously unusual volume. There's definitely some pumping. But if you look at the overall general position of the market, it does tend to follow the index. And that is because the index is a conglomerate of all the stocks. So if the index falls, the market will fall. Now, I think eventually it won't be Bitcoin that's controlling the market. I do think there'll be like an index for the an actual index for the cryptocurrency market, not particularly one crypto. And most cryptos are going to kind of follow that index because the index kind of generally gauges the public sentiment for crypto on that particular day. So yes, many cryptos will continue to move in unison. I mean, a lot of people will say, oh, X crypto has decoupled from Bitcoin. It might for like 1 or 2 weeks once a big announcement comes out, but generally it falls back in line fairly quickly, as you can see in today's market. Because Bitcoin is down, just about everything else is down as well. I mean, the stable coins don't count because, they're stable coins, but because Bitcoin is down, you just see a sea of red with maybe a few outliers in greens like Algorand, probably because they have some news or some internal pumping. But generally, everything. Oh, Kyber is up because they're going to get added to Coinbase on Monday, in case you guys didn't know. But generally, it's going to follow Bitcoin, just like most stocks generally do follow the index. Now, like I said, Bitcoin won't be the index forever, but it's probably got like a couple of years left at least at the top, and everything will continue to follow that. I do think Ethereum may eventually flip Bitcoin, but that's probably quite a while off for the time being. But like I said, even the stock market is manipulated somewhat by the big players. If Jeff Bezos decides to sell a lot of Amazon stock, it will actually go down. Now the thing about Bezos is he can't short Amazon stock and then sell a bunch of his Amazon stock immediately. That's illegal and he will get caught. Whereas in the crypto industry, you don't really get caught for that because no, it's not regulated. So regulations will take off some of the manipulation, and the market growing bigger by itself. As it grows bigger and we get more diluted, I think the big whales will be more diluted as well. So they'll have to have more coordination, which makes it harder. and especially makes it a lot harder without the regulators, bearing down on them. So as we get bigger, the interference from whales will get less and less, but all markets are always somewhat manipulated, even the stock market. So it'll never fully go away, but the effects should lessen as we grow bigger, and especially as we get more regulatory oversight, not just from the United States, but from all countries. Because right now you can just like go offshore, go to another country and escape regulations. And like countries like Malta or other countries that are very loose on cryptocurrency regulation, they are going to have to tighten up on cryptocurrency crimes and get their financial authorities to really observe their stock market in order for this to work. So that's my answer right now. It'll never fully go away, but when we get regulations and the market grows bigger and more diluted, it will get better. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.